The infected blood scandal for my family were all haemophiliacs, and they required occasional treatment. In the 70s and 80s, a new treatment came onto the market, and my father was infected with hepatitis B, hepatitis C and HIV. My father passed away in 1986 as a result of the hepatitis and the HIV infections. Shocking. You know, it's been a real roller coaster. We've been burying our dead for the best part of 37 years, and it's still not finished. In 1977, my father was given a treatment that he'd never had before. He was switched from what we believe was a safe treatment, cryoprecipitate, which was from one donor, to a product where donors could be up to 80,000 donations in one pot. And as we know, it only took one donation to infect the whole batch. Those batches were then bottled up and sent to the UK to infect thousands of people. Thousands of haemophiliacs all across the UK have died of HIV and hepatitis C. It's truly shocking. So many families have been utterly destroyed. A complete generation of haemophiliacs have been wiped out. July 1984 is the key, which is where things in the family home got really bad. Things got difficult. I began running away because of what was going on. The summer holidays in the August, I remember coming out of my friend's house and there was a car there. The lady introduced herself to me, said she was from social services and to come with them. I was taken in a car to a children's home. So I was informed of my dad's viruses a week after my 14th birthday. I think my dad was pretty straight, and him just telling me that he'd been infected with AIDS through the treatment. Oh, hang on, what we got here? I've got this one, but the glass is broken, so I think you've seen that one. So yeah, I think it was my brother's 17th birthday, and I mean that's the last picture that we have of him well. It was 1985, and it was in the November, and in the October of 1985, Rock Hudson had died, and it was all over the newspapers. And prior to that, we were just seeing the odd snippet of the gay plague with the stigma of HIV. I couldn't tell anyone, and it remained that way. I didn't tell anyone. After we were just cast away, I do recall my dad's sister asking the medical profession, what do we do? When my uncle was then diagnosed, and only to be told the best thing that the family could do was go away and forget this had ever happened. So in 2014, I decided to go public and see if there was something that we could make the government do to support these people. I started demoing, arranging demonstrations outside Parliament. As the word was getting out, more people were learning. And I think this is probably the best banner that we've got. It definitely tells the full story of what I believe it was. And yeah, just our murdered banner, including mostly, I think, all these victims have passed away now. I think Mike Doricott was the last addition to this one when we had this printed, but the majority of these victims passed away. Hopefully our demoing days are over. So these here are my father's medical notes, and I spent probably the best part of a year going through these. So I was able to submit them to my lawyers, and through that process I was called to give evidence to the inquiry. So the infected blood inquiry was set up by the government reluctantly.
The evidence I shall give
shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but
the truth.
I gave evidence to the inquiry about what happened to my father and briefly my uncles. My day of evidence, I'm so glad I done it. It was a release. to actually be able to talk about what had happened. You know, things have changed drastically in my life through the inquiry process. And for me, this has to end. It has to allow me to move on. It does, it consumes your life, and I'm ready for that to end.